Well, I saw this interesting stone wall from the highway and I had to come out and check it. And so I get out here and it doesn't look like much of anything, except that it is actually here. And you can see more of it down that way. There's a couple of stones that are maybe scattered about, but this big stone that seems to point off in that direction, or at least maybe have the shape of a snake's head that way. Also has this interesting stone here, which is probably, now that's attached. Anyway, it seems to be connected by stones. Sorry about all the wind. Well, the wall gets bigger down here. A little bit wider, a little bit more well-formed. But what I think the most interesting thing is where it ends. Okay, now we can see the stones all the way up in there, and then the base of this tree. And there's even some over here, but you can see it's pretty well defined. But look at this. Look at this doozy. It's like the head of a snake, right? Kind of, a little bit, and then it goes off. The wall kind of goes off to, likely where it got destroyed by the incoming highway. But check this out. Strange. This looks like it was probably broken away from the face of this here to shape it. At least from one side. Could be a turtle, maybe? Turtle head? I don't know. Probably a snake. But it's interesting how the stone wall goes up, right up to it on both sides, and then this thing is just pretty big. And obviously the stone row is not in a straight line either, which is very typical for me, the stone row. It just kind of, curves around there, connected that other stone up there with this big one. I thought there was another one too, so I'm gonna go check over there. I'll be right back. Well, here it is, the more well-defined stone wall that I thought I saw. And just had to come check it out. So it's quite well defined. Jesus, wow, everything is like super slick. I do not have my hiking shoes on. Anyway, that stream down there is likely not even a stream, it's probably just captured water, and that was, the end of this was destroyed when the highway was put in. But anyway, these are some pretty big stones. This one's kind of interesting. Kind of looks like it might be a conglomerate of fossils or something. That's interesting. That's an interesting shape. Certainly looks like an intentional shape. A worked stone. But it's interesting how the stone, yeah, sorry, the camera cut out. I was saying It's interesting how the stones stop, and they're not on the side of the stone, but rather on top of the stone to include it in the wall. And I'm not sure if I caught this on film, but a lot of marks on this stone where it was probably ripped off another stone. That's a pretty rough edge. Anyway, it goes all the way up the hill, and so I'm going to try to follow it up as much as I can. These stones are pretty big, and this is an interesting stone. It's got a lot of patterns on it. Looks and feels a bit like a sandstone, but those no doubt would be natural patterning there. You can hear the roar of the highway behind me. It looks like a lot of the stones are kind of tumbled off, but that it was actually built up quite high in some places. Trees over time probably knocked the wall down in different places. Here it looks like a lot has tumbled off from the top, which means this was pretty high at one point. You can even see some tree left here, and big branches and stuff on another tree. But I'm gonna cross on over. Look at the stones. Look at the height. And the lichens obviously are pretty old. It takes a long time for lichens to grow that big. So that's interesting anyhow. Let's keep going. Let's see what's up at the top. Got a little bend in it here. This could be from a tree fall. It could also have been designed that way. It's tough to tell at this point. But again, with the height, the further up we go, the better the shape the wall seems to be. Want to check the straightness here. Clearly it's not very straight, but when you get up to the top here, it seems to kind of bend over this way. It's tough to see in the video from this perspective, but let's go up and have a look at it. It's an interesting stone off on its own here. Could be a profile. Maybe the eye would be here. This could be a nose. See it a little bit better from here. I wonder if there's some kind of rising here. The sun's over in that direction, so that's west. It's possible there could be a sunset here. Get back to this wall here. Yeah, so it definitely has this bend here, and then it comes back around probably to this big stone, which is likely too heavy to move and was here. I don't think that would be part of what's underneath, but you can see the curve there. And then there's the curve this way and then that way, just to probably include this stone here. These are all rather large stones. There aren't too many small stones here. Yeah, let me cross over. Yeah, a lot of large stones. Like these are not the kind of stones that you'd find if you were farming. These are really big, heavy stones. Look at that one. That's at least 600 pounds at the bottom. So it looks like it goes over to that pointed stone right there and then off in that direction. We'll see. Doesn't look like there's much of it left, so we'll see if we can follow it over there. Although it's slippery around here, I want to find the easiest way through, so I'm going to actually go down that way. Oh, see, slippery. And it sucks without hiking shoes with some kind of traction. All right, so here's another large stone that they incorporated in it. Big stones. Big stones. That's an interesting stone right there. Standing upright like that. Oh, and a property marker most likely. Could be because it goes off in this direction, comes up to this big boulder here, and then also goes off in that direction. But then maybe up there. So needless to say, it's kind of a question. Is this really a boundary? Trying to see if it extended out this way. Yeah, it kind of does. Over here, but there's nothing connecting in the middle. Could be an entranceway. The stone is interesting. Goes off down that way. Goes off that way and maybe up there. I don't know. This doesn't seem like the kind of land you'd want to farm on. More small stones here than I've seen anywhere else. That's an interesting stone. And it makes you wonder. So they kind of taper off down in this direction a little bit and then picks up maybe over here. In this kind of circle here. And that seems to be the end of it from what I can tell. But obviously there's like a parking lot here, and a stone like this was definitely quarried and probably put here so people didn't drive up there. You can see the feather and wedge marks. So a bit of an interesting walk and a look at that rock wall. With that property boundary marker there, the pipe kind of makes you double think, like, is this a native stone wall or is it something else? I'd say with the inclusion of those large stones that are too big probably to be easily moved anyway, it's most likely a native wall originally, and then possibly later on was used as a boundary marker. It's very interesting indeed that this stuff is still out here, whether it's colonial or whether it's Native American. It's really hard to tell sometimes, but I do want to go see this because this looks interesting. And if this is what I think it is, then it's definitely something native. Wow. Now would you look at this? This is definitely one large stone placed on another large stone. This is something. Let's have a look at it. Comes down to a point here. It's definitely two stones. Yeah. Look how it just doesn't really match up at all. Although it's similarly shaped here, but it's not there. So like it looks like it might be flush here and flush there, although that's distinctly two different things. It kind of juts out here for no reason on the top, and then the bottom, when you look at it, there's just no connection. I mean, it doesn't, they're even two different kinds of rock. This is all, you know, conglomerate. It's very easily coming apart here. And then this just looks completely different. And obviously it's not the same in the front at all. So that's super interesting. I want to get another stable shot or two of this. Very strange indeed. I did see a couple other things. This I want to have a look at because I haven't been able to see anything about it that would make me think there was anything native. But it's here. That might have been a seed or something. Interesting anyway. And there's one more thing before I end the video. Kind of a strange shape to that. But here's what I wanted to look at. This big rock in the middle here is actually two. So I'm wondering if it's a cracked boulder or maybe two different things. But this is very common. There's almost always a stone rounded like this. And maybe that's an eye. It could be a snake head. like a beady little eye for the snake. And clearly it's been worked around this side. It's very interesting. And then here's where I can see between it. Yeah, it almost doesn't even look like the same stone. There's a lot of stones I see that are cracked, and you go up to them and you can tell, oh wow, that's like, you know, two parts of the same stone. But this, they don't even have the same shape. This comes up like this to the top and then kind of goes down. And this, it comes straight up here, kind of tapers off a bit, actually in that direction. And it's not even the same shape. So that's interesting to note. Let's walk through it. Get to the other side. Show it to you from that way. Sometimes you get a different angle on it and it looks better. I don't know. Looks like two different stones to me. This one looks like it was worked, especially with the eye thing down on that side there. Anyhow, just a little exploration before I go have my Thanksgiving dinner with my lovely girlfriend and my aunt and uncle. So I gotta go find the car somewhere in this parking lot. I lost my car. Hope you had a good one. Hope you're enjoying the day. Get out there and find something soon. And enjoy this wonderful rainy, wet weather. Take care. Bye.